Yeah, welcome back to S.4.G. It is what his opinion show. R.I.P. to Kobe Bryant and his daughter GIGI. Uh, it's real sad, man. It's real sad. You know, I know it's kind of late. I'm going live. I've been wanting to get up on this, and go ahead and speak on this. You know what I mean? Because we all know Kobe Bryant is a legend. You know what I mean? Even though I've always been a major Allen Iverson fan when he was with the Sixers, and because of that, like I couldn't stand Kobe and Shaquille O'Neal. Like they the reason why we didn't make it to the championship. But once Allen Iverson retired, you know what I mean? I was a straight up Kobe fan. Like it is what it is. It was like, Allen Iverson was my favorite basketball player. But it's like after that, it was like, Kobe. Like it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? One of all time greats. And I used to argue with a lot of people about, them saying that LeBron was better than Kobe. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that's neither here nor there. You know what I mean? It's sad. He died in a helicopter crash. You know what I mean? Him and his daughter. She was 13. He was on his way to practice, basketball practice. But it's sad. It's a real sad situation. You know what I mean? To go out like that. You know, um, man, like I at first when I first seen the post, I didn't even believe it. I didn't believe it at first. Like I thought, it was clickbait or something like that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when I found out it was true, first thing came to me was like I felt like I was in that helicopter. Like I was picturing, you know what I mean? Like imagine if you're in that position and you and your daughter is in that helicopter and it's going down, it's spinning, it's coming down. You know what I mean? And you know, there's nothing you can do to save your daughter or you know what I mean? Like nothing else you could do but tell your daughter you love her. Y'all tell each other you'll love each other, hug each other, hold each other. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Then and on top of that, the helicopter going down, this probably was throwing them all around in the helicopter. You know what I mean? That's real sad, man. You know, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. His wife had to get that report. You know what I mean? Let alone his other daughters. And that's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's why you gotta, you know what I mean, not only pray but cherish your family, man. Like, it is what it is, man. It's hard out here. You know what I mean? From dads to moms or whatever. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. But that's what prayer comes in at, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta make sure you tell your family you love each other as much as you can, man. And no matter what differences you have in or whatever, make sure that you always let them know that you love them because you never know. You never know what can happen. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. Like to go down on that note in a helicopter, like that's crazy, man. Like I'm seriously at a loss of words for real, for real. Um, but I don't, man. That's crazy. That's really crazy, man. Like that's crazy. Man. At the end of the day, like Kobe's a legend. He did his thing. You know what I mean? But it's no other that I know of, no athlete that had a dramatic death like that. You know what I mean? That I ever heard of. Then I seen footage. Me and my brother looked at footage that they got of it. They saying that that's the helicopter going down crashing. I don't know if it's we was trying to figure out, make sure if it's really the actual footage. Because I heard from somebody that it was actual footage. You know what I mean? But y'all can leave y'all comments below. Let me know if that really was official, because it's crazy. It looked like the actual footage showing the helicopter spinning, coming down, and people recording and saying, you know, oh my God, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, we were saying like, what's the odds of that? Somebody recording it when it's happening. You know what I mean? You know, people gonna start talking conspiracy theory and all that. You know, you're gonna hear all that. It goes with everybody, but yeah, there's always like that. It's always a conspiracy theory. Somebody gonna say something, but at the end of the day, it's just sad all the way around the board, man. Because that's the main thing I see. And then on top of that, with helicopters, of course they got helicopters with doors that close and stuff like that. First thing came to my mind, you know, the helicopters that whether they had the doors open, but you know, I'd be helicopters without doors. Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean? You be thinking like people gonna get flung out of there, period, when it's coming down. But at the end of the day, obviously these drones had doors, and then it's like you can't even jump out if you wanted to try to, you know what I'm saying? Jump out with your daughter or something. Either way, you're gonna go down. Yeah. Or probably get cut from the propellers because the way it's spin, you don't know how they was going down. You know what I mean? But from that footage that I seen, you know what I mean, if that was the actual footage, you know what I mean, that joint was spinning going down. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, dang. That's some reality for you right there. Reality check for you, man. Like, it is what it is. That's the main thing. I'm not gonna lie. That's the main thing that hit my mind is imagine you in that position. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like I seen through his eyes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, what can you say to your daughter? Was they praying? Because all you can do is pray. That's all you can do. What else can you do? You know what I mean? What else can you do? It's crazy, man. Hey, like that was it is what it is, man. He's straight legend, man. Sad he had to go out that way. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. My condolences to his family, like for real. Sorry you had to hear some sad news like that. But he will be always remembered, and this is gonna be the talk for a minute. This is gonna be the talk for a minute. For real, man. This is actually Kobe Bryant. That's like Jordan dying, let alone dying in a helicopter crash. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Then, like, you know, me and my brother was talking, like, you never know, like, what could have happened in that helicopter. You know what I'm saying? He could have been arguing, anything. Like, you don't know, ain't no telling. Like, you know, first thing you think it was a malfunction with the helicopter or something like that, but you never know why it went down. You never know. Then they said, I mean, for 5 people, first I heard 9. Then I heard all these different numbers of how many people was in there. But 5 people, I believe it was, you know, I don't want to assume and I don't want to spread no rumors, but I kind of believe it was an altercation. I believe something had to happen. You know what I mean? More too. Yeah, because sometimes it happens. Sometimes it's a, you know, malfunction with the helicopter. But at the end of the day, I believe something happened. I believe something happened. You know what I mean? And I'm not just saying just because it's Kobe Bryant that died in that helicopter crash, but I believe something like, you know, you never know. You never know. It probably was an altercation. And then on top of that, it got to be some type of report. You know what I mean? From the pilot. Normally, when something happens, don't get me wrong, if it happened so fast that he couldn't do nothing but just try to control the helicopter, but I feel like, you know what I mean, it is what it is. They normally try to call in and let it know that something is happening and something is going wrong. And you know what I mean? Even though when you're in the air and you're going down, it's like, how can somebody, how can they, the rescue people, get to you fast enough? What can they do? You know what I mean? So I feel like from this incident, from this situation, from helicopters to airplanes to anything in the air, like if you're gonna be riding passengers, I feel like they need to be equipped with, you know what I mean, with parachutes and all that, man. Like this, I feel like after this situation, this should wake them up even more to have something for that, for when that happens. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna lie, like with a helicopter, they got propellers and all that, so you jump out. If it's spinning, there's a chance you can get sliced up from them joints.
They need something that be able to push, like take the propellers off, like a button.
Something, yeah, exactly.
Flick the thing away.
Like all this technology they got out here now, like you said, they should be able to, right as soon as they feel like something's going wrong or something's, don't get me wrong, sometimes things can happen so fast that it's like boom, it just happened and it just spinning and this and that. But technology nowadays, like you said, it should be a way they could push a button or something, the propellers just come off or stop. But then again, if it's going down, 9 times out of 10, the propeller's slowing down. They got to be doing something for the plane, for the helicopter to go crazy and spin around and be falling. The propellers had to slow down, stop, whatever, and always mean the propeller stop. You know what I mean? Because it can still be it can still be running while it's going crazy, but at the same time, they gotta put more into because they got technology out here like that nowadays. So they gotta. I feel like they need to invest more into making sure times like that they got a button they can push. Same way as with a car, they get in a car crash, it's a safety bag and all that stuff. They need to have something that when them situations happen, you know what I mean? In the midst of all that, they can start strapping certain stuff on them. You know what I mean? Because already when you in a helicopter, airplane, whatever, you're supposed to be in seatbelt, stuff like that. Even though most people don't do it, they want to walk around all that. But in this sense, it's a helicopter. You know what I mean? So if you're in a seatbelt, you sturdy enough to, even if it's spinning, whatever's going on, you can hurry up, try to put your joint on. They should have it already there, right there, same as you got seatbelts. While it's spinning, whatever's going on, you could be strapping on your parachute, whatever you got to strap on, whatever. You know what I mean? And I don't care what it sounds like. Same way as Knight Rider back in the day, or yeah, Knight Rider, when he pushed the button or whatever, he can eject out the joint. Something like that. That way the propellers come off. Even if it's spinning, they eject going down. However, it's a chance that they can inject that parachute come out, and it's at least some type of chance that you can probably make it. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like they should do with this. Shout out to James O'Neill. He said S.4.G got me thinking about what happened to Aaliyah. Yeah, just like Aaliyah. She died in a plane. Wasn't it a plane crash? She died in a plane crash. You know what I mean? But that's why I never, like, I don't care what nobody say. I was like, Mr. T from the A-Team. Like, I'm not going on no plane. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you tell me. I'm not going on no plane because I feel like planes, boats, stuff like that, if you don't got no short shot way that I'm going to be safe, like now on boats, okay, they might have a little extra boats attached to it or something like that, or they got life suits that you could put on, you know what I mean, and you can float in the water or whatever. But if you in somewhere where it's like real deep like that and it's in the middle of nowhere, just like Titanic, for instance, it's like you could freeze to death. There's a lot of things can happen to you. You could be sharks. Ain't no telling what's in the water. But right now we talking about planes and helicopters. You know what I mean? at the end of the day, I just feel like, I wouldn't even put myself in that position. It's beautiful to live the luxury life and get on airplanes and helicopters and all that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm not getting on nothing that it's not a short shot that I'm going to survive if this joint go down.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I want to experience as much as I can in life. You know what I mean? The luxury of life, catching planes, and mommy said I was on a plane with her back in the day when I was little. I don't even remember being on no plane. But like I said, I was a fan of the A team, so Mr. T made me not want to get on no plane. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you don't want fear to stop you from traveling and stuff like that. So, but at the end of the day, I just feel like I wouldn't even want to get on nothing like that. Shout out to Saint Alec Roger. Good point. Yeah, man. Like, for real. That's what I feel like after this, that's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. They need to, come up with a way to make sure if you're on a plane, helicopter, anything in the air, they already got something on boats. You know what I mean? Life jacket, life suits, or whatever that'll keep you afloat. You know what I mean? I don't know how long that'll last. Because if you somewhere in the center of somewhere, the ocean or a sea or somewhere, you know what I mean? Is what it is. They need to put more into it. They need to put more into it. So when these things happen, they got the technology. You know what I mean? They got the money for it. Okay, what they say, all this technology they coming out with and all that, they need to invest in that. So that way people, you know what I'm saying, when they come down to it, like, come on, you taking people that high up in the air, you know what I mean? Now they got stuff that come down on planes, masks they could put on their face, stuff like that. No, y'all need to have something that top of fly off, that eject and have parachutes. Same thing with helicopters. Like, it is what it is, man. You got to, because if you taking people up in that, it's like basically, okay, you paying for this, what people consider luxury. I'm on a helicopter, I'm on a plane. So therefore, if I'm paying, and then the amount of money you got to pay to be doing this, they need to invest in their what they doing, because basically, you're paying this money for what people call luxury. You're paying to travel. You're paying for this, but when you get up in that air, if it goes down, what you gonna say? Mayday, mayday. What you gonna say? What can you do? They got to be able to come on. Like, if you going the same way as if an astronaut go up in space, they got a lot of safety things. They got a lot of things for safety. Even they can eject if they got to. You know what I'm saying? They can come out of their Jones if they got to. You know what I'm saying? There's little things that they had that they have to survive in space and stuff like that. So I feel like the same way. And don't get me wrong, we know just like the military and stuff like that, they got parachutes and all that stuff. We know that there's such thing as parachutes and all that. But same thing for these passengers when they get on planes and helicopters and all that, they need to have something for that. They need to have something for that. It is what it is, man. Like for real. This should be a wake up call for that. This should be a real wake up call for that, man. Seriously, man, because that's really sad, man. Him and his 13-year-old daughter died. No chance, no way that they could come out of that. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, you know what I mean." Well, I'm not gonna say a lot of people say, but a lot of people will probably look at it. Listen, they on a helicopter. What else could they do? Yeah, that's the point I'm making. You know what I mean? That's the point I'm making. If you paying the amount of money you paying to ride a helicopter or airplane, they should have something prepared for if that drone go down. You shouldn't be riding on hope that you get to your destination. Because a lot of people thinking, they got all the control and just looking at the sights and all that. But it's always that what if this drone go down? So after this, I feel like that's what they need to do, man. They need to invest their money more into that, man. See, even if MJ died later, even if MJ died later, we wouldn't feel it like that. Kobe was 40. That's
Yeah,
what's hurting the most. Same thing Trump, 72 years old, said about him. Yeah, man.
yeah, I understand.
I
Yeah,
heard he was 41 though. I
yeah,
heard he was 41, but 40 period. I know what you're saying. You just rounded off. He was 40 years old.
yeah, because he was young. I
Yeah,
see what you mean. Because
yeah,
he was young, like that's really what's even more impactful. And he was in a helicopter crash at that.
right,
You know,
right.
MJ, he's like older, so but if he were to die in a helicopter crash, it still would be like crazy.
Yeah, it would still be crazy. But I understand what he's saying though. You know what I mean? Like the older you are, people look at it like he lived his life. Like,
Yeah,
he lived his life.
yeah,
It's sad, but he lived his life.
mm-hmm.
But like you said, he was still young. You
Yeah,
know what I
he was
mean?
still young.
And not to be sarcastic, but I'm glad you put it out there. 40 is still young. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people be looking at it, if they're not that age, they look at it as, you're what? You know what I mean? Or,
Mm-hmm.
until they get to that age and realize there's nothing. And
Mm-hmm.
somebody else looking at you with old head and you old. But yeah, but at the end of the day, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, I felt some type of way about Kobe retiring and stuff like that. Even though he did get injured, you know what I mean, and things like that, why he had to fall back. Because Kobe was that ball, man. Kobe was
Mm-hmm.
that ball. I mean, they got a lot of videos of him elbowing people and a lot of stuff. Like it is what it is. Like Kobe was that ball.
Yeah.
He knew how to. You know what I'm saying? He knew how to work that court to make sure that they're gonna win.
Mamba mentality.
Huh?
Mamba mentality.
You said Mamba mentality?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
That's what he. That's what he. They know about it. That's
Oh,
what. That's his thing. The
oh,
Mamba.
okay. Yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, he's the one. Him. Don't get me wrong. The Lakers, they did their thing, but Shaq and Kobe is the ones that stopped AI from going. You know what I mean? Going all the way from winning that championship. And the reason why I say AI, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The Sixers did their thing. You know what I mean? Hughes and all them, they did their thing. But we all know when it came down to it, everybody was saying AI can't carry the whole team by itself. And it was looking like AI was doing it by itself. But Shaq and Kobe was looking like, the Twin Towers. They was like, they Kobe had me so mad. I hated Kobe. I literally hated Kobe because we had it that year. And everybody know what I'm talking about. We had it that year, man. It was just the Lakers. Every time you turn around, Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Kobe again. And if it wasn't him, he was throwing a sick pass to Shaq. Bang, bang. It was like, oh my God. If we could just get these two out of here. I feel like that's why Kobe was injured like that. They probably was trying their best to hurt Kobe. Like, you gotta hurt him to get him out of here. Cause that boy, like, when he went up for his layups, he'd be all wild with it, but you couldn't stop him. You couldn't stop him. I'm sorry. That's why I tell people he was the next best thing to Jordan. I always got into arguments with that. Uh, People saying LeBron James is better than him. All the scenario. No, my fault. It was which one is the next Jordan, the new Jordan, LeBron James or Kobe.
Yeah.
I used to always get in arguments about that. And it's like, come on, man. It was Kobe all day, man. It was Kobe all day. But that's gonna always be a forever argument.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna always be a forever argument. And then my thing was this. Another reason why I don't take nothing from LeBron James, you know what I mean? Nothing from LeBron James as far as the work that he put in to get where he got, you know what I mean? And whatever he did to make people believe in him the way they do. But my thing was, if you're going to be labeled as Jordan, this is what matters to me. When Jordan played, everybody, it's like the whole world went in the house and had to watch it. That's just like when Mike Tyson fought. It's like the whole world stopped. Everybody had to go in the house and watch it. Now, don't get me wrong. When LeBron James played, a lot of people, I was like, dang, where everybody at? LeBron James playing. But I didn't run in there. There's still people that wasn't worrying about going in there, like going in the crib to go watch him. But when Jordan played, everybody went in. They had to watch him. They wanted to see if he was going to glide from the foul line. You know, even though I was about to say Dr. Dre, Dr. J started that. Jumping from the foul line, sticking his tongue out and all that. That's who he really was, you know what I mean? That's who inspired him, like even more. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is Kobe made me want to go in the house to watch his games. You know what I'm saying? He had everybody going to the house to watch his games, especially when it was going down to the championship. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that was my argument with that. But, you know, at the end of the day, RIP to Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? We ain't lose a legend. We're going to keep him in our memories and his family in our prayers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I pray for his family.
For real, man. It is what it is, man. I don't know what his belief was, but I mean, God willing, he's in heaven. It is what it is, man. Him and his daughter, man. Let's just look at it like that. Him and his daughter walking into heaven together. You know what I mean? Because that's very sad and tragic. To not only that he died, but to die with his daughter. So R.I.P. to him. R.I.P. to his family. That's sad. That's sad news to get for his wife and his daughter, his other daughters. You know what I mean? We just gotta keep his name alive and just remember by what he did, man. You know what I mean? What made him a legend. It is what it is, man. Other than that, let me know how y'all feel, man. You know what I mean? Like always, make the hood rich.